Hi, I'm Andy.
Hi, I'm Leon.
And this is
Head Tales. How daughter's been? Do you know what?
Don't be looking up a skirt. I've got my socks on.
I don't care, I'm really sick.
What a very professional start we've just made.
I want to say that after this week.
Well, there's one for us each. That's a nice way to start a podcast, isn't it? Happy Dad Tales Day.
Happy Dad Tales Day, my friend.
Back in Studio 1.
Aye.
Back in the main Crux studio. I don't know what it's called.
I've got my visual aspects again that I like to look at when I'm talking.
Do you feel more comfortable now?
I do. I feel feel at home.
Stop getting lost in my beautiful eyes.
Yeah. I couldn't say what colour eyes you've got. That's a weird
Bloodshot, mostly.
Yeah. Sleep deprived.
Yeah. They're good eyes. How's your week been?
Good. Work's been the order of the agenda. I've had not to bleat, but I've had like one day off this week.
Grafter, top grafter. Hashtag grafter.
Yeah, so I work this Sunday. But it's one of those things. It's power and course of life. You've got to do these things from time to time, so can't make no bones about it.
No, and you was doing somebody else a favour, weren't you, doing it?
Yeah. It's my previous job, and I've gone back to help out to make sure that the operation are not left short-handed.
Karma will reward you.
Will it?
Probably not. But
it depends what the karma is, isn't it?
I think as long as you're always celebrating those small victories, you'll you'll feel like karma's.
Yeah, because I can't moan. I got paid. It's not even did it have goodness of my own heart, so I got paid to do that.
Oh, right. So there's no ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. And everything go all right?
Yeah. No, got revenge this week. Got revenge. Football revenge. So last week, did I mention last week they had the first loss? It
was either last week or week before. But yeah, we got the first loss.
So the first loss they had, and this week they played them again because it was like a free week. They played them again and beat them this week.
More importantly, does he still love Man U?
Yeah.
Good.
Unfortunately, he still supports Man United. And you know, I know I cried earlier on because the daughter said, asked about Liverpool. I was like, get out of my house.
No.
Man United's bad enough. I said, he supports Man United. You're not supporting Liverpool. I'll tell you that right now.
Foot down.
I was going to say, if she said I support Arsenal, misses, there'd be anarchy.
Leeds.
Well, I don't mind Leeds because I'm in an era where Leeds fell off the mantle at my youth. When I was growing up, it was Man United, Liverpool-ish, and then Arsenal were the big teams. Then obviously Abramovich came with his billions and then changed the face of football. Showing my age a little bit there. But I grew up in the era of United, Arsenal every season. Liverpool every now and then came and tiptoed around a second place spot if they felt like they could perform. But yeah, so and I was like, I'm not having you. It's bad, like I say, it's bad enough he's United, which I've sort of come to terms with. But she was Liverpool, I'd be like, that is it.
I'll be honest, I'll stop talking to her if she supports Liverpool.
I couldn't believe it. Do you know what? I'd rather him support Liverpool than Man United.
Give off her.
I genuinely would. No, I think I probably would.
So would Liverpool be closer geographically than Manchester or Sunderland?
It's the other way around.
You've been called out this week. You know this, don't you?
Have I? No,
yeah. Did you not see it on the Instagram? So Alec called you out this week because he's done the. So last week, what happened was you said that Sunderland is closer to where we live than Manchester. It's not. It's about 30 mile difference.
Is it?
Yeah. Alec called you out this week, so I did say I would mention this.
I saw him tonight, and he didn't mention it. I saw him.
I told him I'd mention it because there was no chance I was letting you get away with that bold brag. But as always, we say things without checking our information.
Well, I'm going to say, yeah. Like I've always,
You was very confident in that statement.
I was, because I genuinely thought I was closer because it's always frustrated me. Do you know when people are like, oh, why support them? You live nowhere near them.
You can't say it now.
Yeah, well, 30 miles is a big difference. 30 miles is quite a throw in it. 30 miles.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I should start supporting United because it's closer then, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Yes, you should.
To be fair, though, I live closer to Sunderland than some of them Londons that are supporting United and travel.
That's not the point.
No,
that's
you're
not the
right.
point. So
I stand correct.
This week, so we're not going to talk about like Halloween. We'll touch on Halloween this week, but we did a Halloween special. So if anybody wants to know our opinions on Halloween, go back to last year's episode. Yeah. How was your Halloween been?
It's been good. It's good.
Do you know what I've noticed this year? you know my feelings on Halloween. I think it's over-egged.
I came and saw you. And
But-
you was right grumpy. Yeah.
But I think I've made a step forward this year. So last year, I didn't answer the door. I didn't get no sweeties in for the little boys and girls. This year, I got some sweeties in.
You did.
And I had little boys and girls come to my house. I had little boys and girls throw stones right through my door, fill my front passage with stones. But by the by, costumes this year have been cracking. Have you seen some costumes this year? There's been some great ones.
Talking social media cracking.
Yeah.
I've got to give a shout out to Craig Barker. I'll tell you what, every year that guy goes to town.
Is that his house?
Yeah.
That's got the car outside?
Yeah.
Oh,
The Beamer,
nice.
Every year he goes to town, and I tell you what, I applaud it every time. This year he was walking around like some sort of alien, like morph alien suit. It was quality. I mean, some of the kids are all like, "Yeah, we noticed you," and like proper like bald as brass, like trying to stand up to him with the chest puffed out and stuff like that. But I applaud because like I love people. There's a guy down street across from you who goes to town halfway down. I don't know if you've seen
What
it.
does he go to town for? There's not much in our town anymore.
For a drink.
Not much in our town. But you know, like at Christmas, people really go to town. Well, everyone's going to town, aren't they, at the moment?
Yeah.
And we'll really decorate the house and put. There was an house not far from us of a few years ago that had like songs and stuff outside, and people were coming from miles wanting to go see it.
I did it last year.
And he sold it.
He was there last year. Cause I definitely
Last year. You shouldn't have been out last year. You should have been locked in.
We weren't locked down last year.
But anyway, so it's quite nice that people
They
have
sold
done
it. Hang on.
that. That's what I'd heard. It sold it.
That's on my like the run up to Christmas. I have certain things I do. We go visit the house, tune in the radio to the tune the radio to what the music is,
and you can
it's all in time.
You can sit in your car and listen to it.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Such a good thing.
It's class. My favourite costume this year, and we've talked about this a couple of times. There was a group of young men did costumes for Insulate Britain. Did you see
No,
this?
I
Yeah.
didn't, no.
So they had Ivy's jackets on, they had a big banner, and they just kept sitting in front. And then cars would come up, and they'd sit there for a minute or two, and then just get up and move.
Oh, nice.
I just thought it was class.
That's brilliant.
I thought it was
That
class.
is good.
I think that won my competition for best costume this year. And again, I've tried to. I mean, there's some awful costumes, and when I say awful, like I don't want to go into detail, but I'll show you them later. There's some awful ones. It's just not for this audience.
Yeah. My concern is, and it's not a concern because I actually quite like it, but we ain't got the weather for Halloween. Because it all started from America, and obviously they like this time of year for them, it's mildish. So they're walking around in thin costumes, and you can see it. So last night we went trick-or-treating with kids, and they're all dressed up nicely. Right, get your thick coats on, your hat, your scarf.
Yeah.
What have you come to? Looks like Noah had like black eyes, hat bubble. It looks like someone just punched him in the face.
I tell you what, there was a great costume. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it's someone I know. There was 3 kids. One was dressed up as Harry. One was dressed up as Kevin. And one was dressed up as Marv from Home Alone. So
nice.
So Marv had like a big jacket on with scarf and hat on. Sorry, Harry did. Marv had like an iron print makeup on his face with a sticky bandit hand glove, and Kevin was like that with his hands on his face. They were classic ones.
Where did you see that?
It must have been on Instagram somewhere.
That's brilliant.
And I thought that was class, and that would have been a great costume. You could go out in that costume.
Yeah.
So you need to think your costumes better for next
Remember
year.
when we went to a fancy dress party? And when it was Lou and Andy from Little Brain, that was brilliant. To the point where you lost me, and everyone was like, "Who's this weirdo in this pub?" Because you look like you need to sign the big book register, don't you? They can't go near kids. That was a weird thing. But me on my own, I was in like in a wheelchair with a vest on, food down my front, and I looked like some guys in there. Whereas you
did.
Looked like
Together, we looked great. Singular, you looked all right. Me on my own just looked like a weirdo in like a leather jacket.
Especially, bad times. But
Yeah,
that was good. I love fancy dress. We've had some good fancy dresses, haven't we?
We have done some good fancy dress, haven't we?
Do you remember when we did one of my leaving do's, and I went as Elton John, and we did like Stars in the Rise type? You compare, weren't you?
I compare, yes. Yeah, that was good. We did 3 Musketeers, didn't we?
We did. That was good. And
that was good.
Do you remember me and you went as surfers? Did Cosy join us for surfers? Because I did surfboard.
We had a competition, didn't we, between me and you, on who could make the best surfboard?
Yeah, and I beat.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I absolutely hammered you. I had a proper. I mean, if I did full on surf, I could have probably surfed on it. It was
didn't we do for Three Musketeers who could make the best sword as well? Didn't we have a sword competition?
I think I beat you on that as well, didn't I?
Your sword was massive.
I know. And I created a nice one as well.
You made a pork. Right, so Halloween's been and done. What's your plans for bonfire night?
I'm off to a friend's house. Not yours.
You've got another friend.
I've got more than one friend. Would you believe it?
Wow, bombshell. Right. Oh God, that's winded me.
Winded you? What are you doing? On my own all night.
I look out the window. I see him. I'm not a big bonfire night fan.
Yeah.
We've
been here, haven't we?
We have been here before.
We have
been here before. I'm quite happy for it to sort of be. When I was a kid, I used to love bonfires. There used to be loads around us.
Yeah.
And my dad used to take me to them, and it was quite nice being in there in cold. There was one time a year you probably didn't mind standing in cold. Got something warm to eat.
If I'm wrapped up, I've no problem getting out. Like last Christmas, I was out walking, like with snorting ground and stuff like that. It was proper freezing. I was going for like long walks. As long as I'm wrapped up and I don't feel the cold, I'm happy to be in it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. We sort of used to it, aren't we now? Let's not talk about weather.
Oh no, it's mild. It's mild. I don't know what we're on about.
Let's not talk about it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not the most exciting thing to talk about.
Yeah, it's been raining heavy, hasn't it?
Oh, a heavy downfall.
Yeah.
Gushing is what it's been doing.
Easy.
It's been gushing.
Well, yeah. No, like I said, I've had a good week. Good week. What about yourself? Have you done anything particular?
Right. So I've got a story to tell you, but I'm not sure it's 100% podcast friendly.
There we go.
So strap in. So I'm going to tell you it. And then it may get edited in some way, shape or form, or it may just get cut completely, but I'll tell you it. So
that was a good story.
That works. So this week I've been to go pick something up from just out of town. And I was getting it in my car, and in my front, my car's not the tidiest, I'll be honest about that. In my front of my car, there's loads of bits of kitchen roll. And the kitchen roll's there because when I work in the office, I take my breakfast with me and I take it in a bit of kitchen roll. So I take my toast with me, basically. And I eat my toast on the way. Shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's not in it. So there's just loads of kitchen roll. I should just take it out, but I don't. Anyway, so I went to pick this item up, and the guy who I went to pick it up from noticed the kitchen roll. So he just generally said, I mean, I don't know why he was asking. What business is it to do with him? It wasn't even a conversation starter. It was having a conversation. So he says, what's that? What's that in front of your car? And I just said, oh, it's just loads of tissue, innocently. And then I'm sort of thinking, why does he think I've got tissue in my car?
Bloody nose.
I don't think that's what he was thinking. So I said, oh, it's not what you think it is. I take it for my breakfast in the morning. And he said, so I decided at that point to probably cut that bit out. We are still trying to stay a little bit family friendly, PG. If you would like to know what was said and what things were discussed, then just drop us a line, dadtales@outlook.com, or follow us on one of our socials, and I will let you know exactly what he said. Thank you. Here's the after bit of all that now. I mean, is it? This is the first time I've met this guy. It's
borderline. To me, I'd seen tissue and gone, he's a weirdo.
Yeah, just think it, don't say it.
Yeah, I would have said it. I would have gone, because you could have gone, would you know tissue? Do you, mate? You don't know if madam, you could have.
I've had this before, though, where I felt that strangers have asked me questions that I think, what business is it of yours?
Was it like, why are you in my house?
No, but you know, like, yeah. Did I ever tell you about that guy that once walked in my house?
No.
So where I used to live, the door went straight into like the front room. And I was just in kitchen one day and I heard a door go. So I looked through and I walked in. And there's this guy just innocently walked into the house, wipes his feet, very polite. That was nice of him. And I just said, can I help you? And at this point, you know, there's 1,000 things running through your mind, isn't there? Going like, am I going to have to tackle this guy?
Oh, am I in the wrong house? He's wiping his feet on my head. Like, did it? What are you doing in my house? It's my house. Yeah. I'm Spartacus.
Normally in my house, you wipe your feet on way out.
Yeah.
So I just said, can I help you? And he looked at me and just said, I'm really sorry. I've come in the wrong house. And the houses do look very, very similar, but it literally just walked in the wrong house. I think he was doing some building work and he must have been in the house and then come out. On that same, have I told you about the time I got in the wrong car?
Never have done this.
So I'd done a school run one time and I dropped kids off at school and I'd walked down the street and at the time I had a Golf. So I was walking down the street, pressed my button to unlock the car, got to the car, opened the door, sat straight in and I thought, this is a bit weird, this seat's different. Looked around and thought, this isn't my car. My car was parked behind it.
Oh, so they just left their car unlocked?
Whoever's that car was, they just left it unlocked. So I quickly got out, kind of looked around.
And then got the next car behind.
Got the next one.
Well, I did something very similar. So, obviously, Mum and Dad own a business. And every year, what they do is, like the regulars, they'll go around and give them Christmas cards. So one of my jobs when I was younger was always, they drive round, I'd jump out, go post them in. Now, some of them on, long drives. So I'd jump out, run down the drive, go post it. Now, what happened is, the person who lived there, so they pulled them to drive, the person that lived there, I'd run down towards the house. By the time I was on my way back, my mum had to reverse off the drive. They'd come onto the drive. I came running back and jumped in the car thinking it was them and sat there. And I sat there and I didn't sit down. And I sat in the car and I was like, it's just, something's not right. I couldn't figure out what it was. So I sat in front of the tea light thinking, and looked at the woman and she's looking at me and we're both looking at each other and I was like, Mum? Like, what?
You've changed.
I was like, what's going on here? This is weird. This is like, it took me like a good, well, it felt like ages, but it must have been like, I was like, what's happened? I mean, it's like,
did you think you'd got into a time machine?
I was saying it was the most weirdest thing ever. And I was about 11 or 12, something like that. But yeah, and there was another customer that she had, and they had like a boat on the house, on the drive, sorry, a big massive boat on the drive, because I used to like sail boats and stuff like that. And so I ran past the boat, posted it in thing, and as I came back out, I was like, God, that's a really like big massive boat. And the guy was in it, it was pitch black by the way, face came up against the thing. I absolutely pat myself, never on so fast back down drive to get out of there.
Did you jump in anybody's car?
My mum's like, drive, there's some guy in there. And it's like, oh yeah, that'll be...
Dash straight through window.
Yeah, oh man, it was awful. Proper scared me like that. But yeah.
Dear me. Right, should we move on to our facts?
Oh yeah, it's your turn, isn't it?
It's my week.
I love a bit of facts.
Facts.
Not
right.
Machine.
Your facts this week are... So, for those of you that this is your first time listening, we do facts each week. We'll give you one fact, one fake, and you've got to guess which is the fact.
Yeah.
And you get 1 million points for guessing it right.
Oh, nice. Smart enough.
That's new rules. So, your two facts, or one fact and one fake, is the last movie released on VHS was in 2006. Or the toenail of your little toe is called the spungle. Don't know this again. The last movie released on VHS was in 2006, or the toenail of your little toe is called the spungle. One is true, one is not true.
These are good days, because they're both could be genuinely true. Because the first thing is you go, what, VHS in 2006? DVD came out in like 2001, 2003, so that's a fair few years.
2006, bear in mind, is 15 years ago.
Yeah, but
I feel like 2006 was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I've got a concern with that. Like, I think, 99, yeah, I remember Millennium. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But that was plenty of years ago. And then the spungle. Yeah, anatomy is the most bizarre thing. I mean, we've both done anatomy, do you know, from our like personal training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's some muscles, some joints, some like anatomy is just randomly name things. Some things haven't got any logic to it.
When I first started learning about anatomy, I just thought everything was named after dinosaurs. Everything was just proper hard to learn. But yeah, so there is some really strange names for parts of the body.
Yeah, so like I say...
Also, what you've got to consider is that words get added over years. Do you know, words get added to the dictionary because people use them an awful lot. So is this a word potentially that somebody's used a lot and it's just been added?
Yeah, I'm going to make my decision, and I'm going to go on the decision.
Should we do a drum roll?
The decision is because I think it's... Oh my God, I can't believe that's the thing. I'm going to go with the last VHS to be released, 2006, because that's quite an unbelievable thing. So I think that's the truth.
That's what you're going with?
Yeah.
Leon, you are correct.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, because it's hard to believe, because I mean, DVD was like 2001, 2000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, and I think it's well thought through.
So what was it? Do not come to me with a fact that amazing. Then I'm going to tell me what that DVD was, that VHS was. It
was a film called A History of Violence. That was the last major Hollywood film release. Never heard of it.
No, it's not. Oh, that was a bit of an anticlimax there, wasn't it, on the end of there? But,
yeah, pretty much. It was one of the most exciting things.
What is the little toenail called?
So, I don't know what it's called, God. But the word spungle, S-P-U-N-G-L-E, I've Googled that, and there are a few different terms, and I'm not going to go through what the terms are because some of them...
I've now Googled spungle and I've had to delete my search history in case someone looks into it.
I would if I were you. Never look at stuff like that on a... The thing is, if you look at what it is, they are very different what terms are. So if you want to have a look in your own time, feel free to have a look in your own time. It's not something I'm going to go through now.
How do you spell spungle?
S-P-U-N-G-L-E.
Yeah. Siri, what is a spungle? Spelled S-P-U-N-G-L-E. Oh, she's not talking to me. Siri, what's a spungle? I'm not even there.
Here's some information.
Siri, what is a spungle?
Here's what I found.
Jesus Christ, Siri. Siri, tell me what a spungle is.
I found this on the web.
No, you didn't. Go away. Right, I've enough of it.
What is a spungle? No, not spangle.
Here's the definition of spangle. A small thin piece of glittering material.
Well, why did yours actually talk to you? Mine just says, here's what I found.
Because mine's a lady.
Read it. Mine's the rudest person. Yours at least tells you what's going on.
What is a spungle?
So rude, he didn't want to tell you what it is.
Yeah. Google that in your own time.
I will do, yeah.
And then burn your phone straight afterwards. Yeah.
Just what I'm going to see.
Good facts.
Yeah, I enjoyed them. I love a challenging fact, and I love a bit of useless information. I am a sucker for useless information that I will bring out. I'm one of them boring people. I'll be around people and I'll go, hey, did you know? And they're like, no, but it's not changed my life one bit. But thanks, that Leon. I'm that type of, I don't know. Someone will say something and I'll go, hey, speaking of that, did you know that this is part of that? I do it and I can't help it. And to a point where I tell the people and then go, shh, Leon, what are you talking about? Why are you telling me about that?
You should be saying, like, why am I giving away this vital information that's key to my life? But I'm like you. I love a non-interesting fact or non-interesting to maybe anybody else.
Yeah.
And then just throw it in every now and again.
Random information.
Do you know what I've got? I've always got one in my locker. Do you know what it is?
Go on.
What's 28 multiplied by 29? It's 812. And it's just a sum I've always got. I just know the answer. And sometimes when you're just around people and they're maybe on maths or something like that, you just go, yeah, well, I know 28 times 29 is 812. And they'll go, huh? And then they'll check it. They will guarantee they'll check it on a calculator.
So we'll then go on then, clever clock. 27,
Yeah.
20, and you go, I'm done.
Yeah. I don't want to show off.
Yeah, my magic trick's over.
But it's a sum. Yeah, I've just got that in my locker.
Oh, nice.
If I ever need it, if it ever comes up in conversation.
And I actually remember out.
Yeah, you forgot it.
Yeah. 8 times 8. I ate an 8, so I stick on the floor 65.
Do you know what we should do? We should do bingo calling.
Oh, I love bingo calling.
We could do alternate bingo calling. Does anybody need, if anybody's out there that needs a bingo caller one night, get us in, we'll do it. We'll do alternate bingo.
In lockdown, we had a right scream doing, like, quizzes and bingo.
At Halloween?
Yeah. Oh. But there was a running joke that for some reason, somebody, it was either me or Tezzy, said top of the shot, and instead of saying 90, we said 91. So my dad was like, I can't find 91. Stop the game. I can't find 91. 91's not on here. But then after that, it was like, we're having this, like a running joke.
Did he get it in end?
No, my dad's my dad, isn't it? But I suppose that's one of those personal things to me that I find funny, but no, not as well. But
yeah,
there you go.
Meal for two with a view.
69.
Dum dum dum. Let's move it on. Who's your plonker of the pod this week?
My plonker of the pod this week is some scientists.
Scientists.
So I've got no names in particular.
Just all scientists. If you're a scientist and you listen to this, then you're a plonker this week.
No, they're a gynecology.
Oh.
Hang on. Put my teeth in. Gynecology. Hang
on, let's get the clacker out. Take 4.
Gynecologist. Am I there? Did I get that?
yeah, but then you ruined it by asking it.
I don't care. I will never get it right. So gynecologists, boom, we'll have another one. They claim they've created the first ever unisex condom. Now, for me, we're in a world where I've been funny. We've got problems with. Let's get some advancements on cancer. Let's get some advancements on dementia. There's still that COVID-19 kicking around.
That old COVID-19.
My problem is, who's paying these scientists to mess about with things that's not broken? Do you have vasectomies? We have hysterectomies. That can stop you having children. We have the condom that works functionally right now.
We also have saying no.
Well, there is that. People do that. But my thing is, like, why? Why do you need a unisex condom?
Because people are out there rampant. And if we've got one for each of them, there's no excuses then, is there?
I just think, spend
do you know what?
Money can be spent well better.
I think your issue is that the money's not being spent correctly when it comes to spent elsewhere. Not that a unisex condom would be good, but let's solve other things first.
Exactly.
So I read a thing a while ago now, and it was one of the major universities had done a study into why teapots leak.
Oh my God.
When you tip a teapot. I think at the time, and I'm probably going back.
What he does, like, my teapot leaks and it does my head in.
Right, so I'm going back probably about 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it said that they spent about 16 grand on this study. So time and effort and all that research that's gone into it. Do you know what they've come up with? They didn't know.
They didn't know?
There was no conclusion. They couldn't figure out why. These are the top brains. Why do they need to know why a teapot leaked? They just always leak. Just be happy with it.
Well, I thought, until you said this, I've got a teapot, and it's like I went away and we like decorated it and it went in a kiln and it got fired and all that type of thing. It's got like our names on it, like all 4 of us. And it's decorative because it's the most useless teapot. You tip it to thingy, and my cup's under the spout, but my knees are soaking wet. It like dribbles down the spout and double backs on itself, and it's like, this is like the most useless teapot in the world.
Yeah, most teapots are.
So whoever's invented it wants a foot of the ass because they need to start again. It's not the right time then.
Or is it in olden days they could get it to work, and as we've evolved over years and we've become too techy, we've kind of gone. Nah.
I tried a slow pour. I tried a quick pour. The quick pour lid popped off and went off the table. But I tried I tried different techniques and stuff. I tried a tall, light up and down motion. So I was like dropping it from a height. I did like a little mini one where I pretty much had the cup. I even put the cup under the bottom of it, tipped it onto the table, and it went into my cup.
Tried to get the dribble out of it.
It was. I was like, I've got a decorative teapot. If anyone wants it, it's got our family's name on it, boys.
Do you know what though? If you go to people's houses, the majority of people's teapots will just be decorative. I've got one over there, a decorative teapot.
It's useless thing, and I love tea.
Mine's an Only Fools and Horses one.
Is that a teapot? It looks like a money bag.
No, there's one lower down.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, an Only Fools and Horses one
nice.
In our studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so yeah,
I love a cup of tea as well.
Money on stuff. There must be some stuff though that's been going on research wise that's just absolutely cracking. You're thinking, why are you doing that?
Yeah. Like, who's commissioning it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing that blows my mind. It's like, so someone's gone to someone and said, can I have a grant? Because I want to research and I want to develop and I want to produce this unisex condom. And someone's gone, it's the right idea. The person who said that's the right idea wants to take the hand, put it up in the air, and smack themselves in the face with it.
So I did a little bit of my stand-up about NASA had found this additional star. So people will probably shoot me down with this, but obviously there's 12 stars. Originally 12 stars that were
Star signs.
Star signs. Sorry, 12.
I was thinking there's billions of stars, mate. It's visual here, but we live in a universe.
But I can only count to 12. So the universe has these 12 star signs that apparently your personality molds towards, whatever that may be. And then suddenly NASA found this 13th one during lockdown because they had naff all else to do, which then meant everybody's birthday was out of sync.
Yeah.
So what you originally was geared to, you know, what the traits of that star sign were, you're now a different one. So you could be completely the opposite. I mean, I'm not saying that it poo-poos all over it, but...
Well, it does. Yeah, big time. Because people have gone from like being... Like, I was Taurus. I'm no longer Taurus anymore. I need to get the tattoo removed now, by the way.
I think you can claim back...
I've changed star signs.
You can claim that back from government, I think.
Can you?
Or NASA. Claim it back from NASA, yeah.
They put it down to an error though, didn't they? One that we were just missing one. It's always been there. We were just missing it type thing.
So when Mystic Meg used to come on TV in the morning and Russell Grant with his big bright jumper and say, well, your lucky number today will be a blue door, number 13. And you go, oh, I've seen that blue door, put 13 on my lottery numbers. You never win.
I didn't know what about.
You're too old, aren't you? Somebody will know what I'm on about, Russell Grant.
I know who Mystic Meg was. I don't know who Russell Grant is.
Yeah. Russell Grant was bit before Mystic Meg. He was eccentric. She was a bit Lula, wasn't she?
She was batty.
I'm Mystic Meg. I can predict the lottery number.
Did she ever get it right?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I see someone with a face and two eyes.
Yeah. If you've got an arm and one finger, your luck is in today. She never gave out any bad news, did she? She'd never kind of go, oh, if you've got brown hair, you may get hit by a bus.
I hope not.
No, but these things have got to happen at some point, haven't they? You know, that'd be a bit better prediction.
To be fair, she'd be more accurate, wouldn't she?
Exactly.
Someone's been hit by a bus with brown hair that day.
Exactly.
So,
do you want to know my plonker of the pod?
Yeah.
Are we there?
Yeah, I was going to say.
My plonker of the pod is a little bit of a debate. So, follow me on this one. So, Shaq, you know, Big Shaq.
Oh, I love Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. So Shaq's come out today and said he's not leaving his money. Have you seen this? To his kids in his will. He's saying he's earned it. They need to earn it themselves. What's your thoughts on that? Is he being a plonker, or is he actually? I mean, we could do a full podcast on this. Or is he just kind of being?
I sort of agree with him. However, if I was some kids, I'd be like, behave yourself, mate. Thingy. Because things got this, hasn't it? Bill Gates. So Bill Gates has left his children. Now, I might be wrong on the stats, but it's something like he's left them cumulatively between them only 10% of his wealth. Now, there's this thing saying, oh man, 10%. What a tight ass. That's like millions of pounds.
I'd take it.
Yeah. To a point where like the rest of it's going to like
cat charity.
Well, I don't think cat charity, but like I got my teeth in again. Philanthropist work.
Take 3.
What's it? Philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
Do you know where you give money away in it? To charities and stuff, and you know what I'm trying to say, don't you?
I think so.
Yeah. So hang on, I'll read this out. So he's giving a lot of his money to charity when he dies, and his kids are going to get like, I think it's like 10% of his wealth between the two of them, which still equates to millions. Now, from what I can work out, Shaq's been very tongue-in-cheek in the fact that when they say, we're rich, aren't we? And he's like, no,
I'm rich. Yeah.
And I think he's giving the same vote as, he won't see him out on the street, and he won't see him not go without. So I bet there's like a nest egg where they've got a nice property that's already paid for. There'll be savings or whatever. But I could probably see him, not out of spite, but going, look,
leaving it till last minute type thing, you know, get them to earn it, and then when he does pass on, it may just drop in.
The funny thing is though, as well, like that, the thing that sticks in my throat is, yes, he's earned that money. I have no qualms in that. whether it be from sponsorship deals or from
it was a class
business
basketball
event.
in his day.
Well,
Like
this
wasn't
is
it?
what I'm going to say. His kids have either got talent or they've not got talent. Now, if he didn't have basketball talent, and don't get me wrong, there's been some dedication there, and there's been homing of his skill, and there's been sacrifices to make sure he's at the pinnacle of what he does. But there is also that God's finger have gone, you've got that talent.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
lottery type thing. What would he be doing if he didn't play basketball? So
It'd probably be a ceiling painter because he's massive.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, his kids might not have got his talent gene, so therefore, if he didn't have that talent, what's he got in his locker that he's passed on to his next generation that they could, like, do you know, like some people have like stupid intelligence and the whole family's quite. Do you know what I'm trying to get at? As in, like,
Absolutely not.
do you not? What I'm saying is, like, they might have the opportunities to.
Yeah, I think sometimes you need a foot up, don't you? They might just be able. They might have a great idea as an invention or something like that. But Joe Public, we've had some great inventions between us. But where do you go with it? Where do you go with it? Whereas somebody like that, because they might just be able to get them a job in media or something like that, and then they'll hone their talent. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I get that.
And off you go, and then you're a multi-millionaire because what you're doing's made money from. Money makes money. Let's not beat around the bush. If you've got money, you can make money from money. Yeah,
I also think if you've had money and then don't have money, there's always ways of getting money back.
Exactly. Yeah,
because you're in them circles, aren't you, and stuff. So
you're trusted. You know what you're doing with a bit of money.
Yeah.
New people coming in who've not had money, then they go, "What do you know about that?"
And he can always paint your ceiling if you need to.
True that. Speaking of, I want to just go back to inventions. I had an absolute belter invention, and who taught me out of this invention? To only turn around and then go, this is a multi-million-pound industry. And I had it way before it was even a thing.
Yeah, but I think what happened...
Come on.
When I think me and my friends invented vodka iron brew. We used to drink vodka iron brew before it was actually a thing. So we invented that.
I'm not disputing
that.
And
I think your idea...
No, but you didn't take the vodka iron brew to anyone and go, hey, I've got a right idea. Do you reckon I should, like, I think I've got something here that could be quite good. So then your friends go, nah, mate, don't worry. That's never a thing, vodka iron brew. Don't worry about it. I genuinely had an invention of underwater headphones. That would be the next big thing. And then what? 4 or 5 years later, it was massive.
But you brought your idea to me. What do you think I was going to do with it?
You was like, pretty much you went, oi, shut up and get back into the miles.
Rubbish idea. Absolutely rubbish idea. You're right. And just think where you could have been now.
I don't think I'd have been very far, but I could have gone Dragon's Den and gone, guys.
They'd have taken you to pieces.
They'd have taken me to pieces, but
horrible people.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll say. Sometimes your path is sort of destined to be here with me.
Yeah.
And you ain't getting away from that.
Yeah. See, my design was even better than what's actually on the market because mine was like incorporated into goggles. So like you had the goggles and the headphones like came down and shot into your ears.
Telling people now, everybody will be all
Whereas
over
no
it.
one's really done that sort of thing yet. But I suppose the technology is there where I want it now.
Yeah.
Right now, pinnacle. Bluetooth for a lot.
Well, maybe when you go to your bonfire with your other friend, you can talk about it to him.
They might encourage me.
Yeah, they'll definitely encourage you. Right, just finally, we had a new TikTok out.
We did. It got some right views, didn't it?
Got some good feedback. So yeah, we'll keep doing them. Keep sharing them. We still want people to tag us in them. And if you see one that's a good one, we'll do it. We'll give it a go. It's good fun. Keep following us on socials. Get stuff on there. And just thanks for all your comments and input and listens and stuff like that.
Yeah, pass the pod. I know we've stolen that from the Crouch podcast, but pass the
it,
pod.
yeah.
Tell someone about it. Get more people interested.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives us great content. The more people give us, it
more.
helps us get stuff out there a little bit better. True. Let's wrap this up like a big old early Christmas present.
See you next Thursday, my friend.
I'll see you next Thursday.
Stay safe.
Keep yourself smiling.
Always.
Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_ or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dad Tales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you have provided us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.